So it is second cup of coffee time, and I guess dance party time, which was also this morning was dance party time for the kiddos. So I guess this is just par for the course. Everybody's dancing here. A lot of dancing. I guess when you don't need to do something, you dance, right? Or when you do need something, you dance.
Well, we need to get this started.
All right, good. Let's get this going. All right, so it is
second cup of coffee.
I'm Jason.
I'm Peely.
And yeah, let's do this. We got a great show for today. I'm excited. I'm excited for what we're going to talk about because this is an important step. And I think this is definitely an important step in today's age where everything just feels like it moves so quick, right? So the message today is talking about the need to go slow to be able to go fast, right?
So this would take it. For me, going slow before, going full speed, going fast and like hitting and bursting through whatever mind stuff you have to get through. It's education.
Yeah.
You have to slowly learn what you need to do.
Yeah,
awesome.
Yeah. How are you? Good seeing you. Thank you. Always. We appreciate you. But yeah, so there's a ton.
Talking about an educator.
Yeah, he really is. Like if you haven't, go over to his Instagram, and they're just his talk track. And he had a great point right here. We actually had this point. I don't want to move so much to our point, but thinking about going fast, go slow. Sometimes people put out so much content and they don't think about how their content's being perceived. So one thing that you can do to go slow, to go fast is how are people consuming content today? Most people are in transit. Most people are doing something. Maybe they're with their family. Maybe, it's a time when there's not a lot of noise that can actually happen. So if you're watching video, well, a lot of times you're actually watching the video, but you don't want to be listening to video. You don't want to be someone who's creating noise, right? So having subtitles and having a dictation of what's actually saying on the screen right there. Now you can get the video aspect, what people love, but also hear what's actually, or read what's actually happening within the show without having to have 10 different platforms on at the same time.
I completely agree. I mean, it depends on who's watching your content. So you have to have content for those people who are strictly podcasts. You have to have stuff for those people who are strictly on Facebook. You have to have content for those people who are diehard YouTube fans. They put on the YouTube channel and they want to watch, but a lot of times they either don't want the noise or they might want to watch. So you have to have kind of like a plethora of like ways to touch people. But back to our education tip.
Yes.
So going slow to go fast. Yes. I keep on looking at Jason's phone because we have some amazing comments. So slow to go fast. So you start off slow, you educate yourself, you listen to podcasts, you figure out how and what medium you best absorb. Is it books? And I think no matter what other medium you choose, you should always come back to books. Even if you have to read them slowly. Part of the 75 hard challenge that Jason and I do is every day we have to read at least 10 pages of a self-help book or a real estate book or some sort of nonfiction type book to educate ourselves, no matter what, to get our brain levels and our brain waves flowing and going at a higher level.
Yeah, so I actually just had a podcast earlier with Steve Carroll, and he's the founder of FindDigs, and FindDigs is a tech application process, right? For a tech leasing process. So what's massively important about this is that we go so fast, right? We get our buildings, we get our units, fixed, renovated. Then we want to get it leased up as quick as possible. And we're rushing through the process. And then it's something where it's an archaic process where we have to collect forms, you have to collect all this data. The tenants aren't prepared, so they have to go back and get this process. And so something of getting an applicant screened can take days or even weeks, just to have all this process comes in. But that delays us from getting this unit leased. Well, they've come up with a section. They said, well, this is a pain point, right? Because they slowed down. They said, where is the pain here? Well, the pain is in the application process. So now they have a point where they have a technology platform where you can screen tenants and they can have an approval within a day, within an hour, actually. And so you look at that from the tenant side, it's also now helps the tenant because now they can just basically log in and have all their data there, and it helps the owner, right? So instead of this point where everybody's out because everybody's at a disservice, they slowed down. They said, okay, what's the problem right here? Well, the problem is this isn't friendly to either the owner or the prospective renter. So how can we make this a more friendly environment? We need to do that with our life, right? Lots of times when people work out, what's the thing that happens, right? Haven't worked out in a year, haven't worked out in 2 years, you fill in the blank, right? Haven't worked out in a couple of weeks, and you go back and you hit it so hard because you want to catch up so quickly, and you either injure yourself, or the next day you're so sore you don't go back, or you take such an extreme approach, it's so outside of what you were doing before that you don't have a way to succeed, right? But because your body's reacting, you're saying, what just happened here? Instead of just saying, how can I get used to what's happening? How can I get used to this process and build a routine in there?
So a lot of people come at me and they're like, Peely, but I don't like running. I was like, I feel you. Neither do I. But I do it every day because number one, because it's something I don't like. So I'm taking myself out of this mindset. Somehow, somewhere, someone told me not to like running. So I didn't do it for most of my life. And recently, really recently, it wasn't until maybe 2013 that I really started running. And I just made myself start walking. And this was in New York City. So of course I'm already walking. So speeding it up just a little bit was nothing. So I sped up my walk. All of a sudden I went from not liking running to doing almost a marathon because I thought it was cool. And I thought, wow, this is something I can do now. But the thing is, I started off slowly. First, I changed my mindset. I slowly changed that. And then I made it so, okay, I'm going to go run. I'm going to run this way around New York. I'm going to run this way around New York. And I started making it interesting for myself. And then I sped up and sped up and sped up. And this is what we have to do with so many other things in our life, not only with our education, educating ourselves so we can reach our goals, not only with our finances, but we also sometimes need to slow down, especially when we're at a certain physicality area. So for me, after doing all these push-ups for the last, I don't know, it's like a month now, 2 months, because people keep on giving me these push-up challenges. I feel like my upper body strength has really gained. But the thing is, I'm kind of feeling like my lower body, like my core strength, although it kind of followed, because when you're doing push-ups, you have to keep this all tight. But I feel like I need to work on it more. So taking that moment to readjust and assess is so key.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who started a 50 push-up challenge who couldn't do 50 push-ups to start, right? And now, and so, but you were getting it done, but it was taking a long time today. You were taking various spots to do it. And that's what the goal was about. It wasn't about crushing out 50 push-ups and get it done. But you saw the transformation of some people out there, like Ryan Dumas. I remember by the end, he was just crushing out push-ups at the end because he had allowed his body to build into it instead of just trying to punish himself through it and just failing and not being able to do it. And then tomorrow just saying, I give up. No. He's given his body the time to adapt to the routine, adapt to the process, have the support network that was out there, build it into your routine. And we can do this for everything. We need to sometimes slow down in our businesses and our life because we're so busy. We're so busy. And we're all going in circles. We're all running and moving and this and like that. It's coming to me every different direction. But we don't look at what's actually happening, right? We don't take the moments because we don't have time. Right. And so we never get our time back because we don't have time. We don't have the ability to go there. And Steve Lemon, hey, man, how are you? It's been a while. Yeah. So but you don't have that time to have the moments to say, OK, everything's happening so fast. But why is it happening so fast? What is it that's making this uneasy or stressful or complicated? And if you take a moment and take things out to slow this down, it allows you to really look at your process and fine tune.
And also it allows you to remember why you started doing all of this in the first place. Did you do it because you wanted to give back more? And are you giving back more? Did you do it because you wanted to spend more time with your children? Are you spending more time with your children now? So now you have to, for those of you and for those of us who have gotten our lives and our careers to a level, you have to pull back a little bit and look at those things that maybe there's these causes that you really, really wanted to jump into and really touch your heart, but you've been so busy that you haven't done that. Maybe you want it to be and your big why is your children. I hear this a lot. My big why is my children. Then our big why is our children. but are you actually spending that time with your children? Are you setting aside that time for your children? Are you playing with them and fully engaging with them? Because they can tell when mommy and daddy is not engaged. Because especially Luke, he'll actually call us out. He'll be like, "Mommy, can you put down your phone?" I'll be like, "Oh my goodness." Toss my phone. Okay, me and you, dude. Me and you. So it helps. Yes, you want to go. You want to get it. You want to take that action. Take that quantifiable action. But you do want to stop and realize and acknowledge those times that you have to look and listen and just be.
Sometimes we think we get more done by doing so many things at once, but we're not committed to anything. And so we don't get what needs to get done in a fashion because we're wasted so much time handling multiple things right there. So on that facet and that component right there, we have a breakdown here of Peely trying to do multiple things. But when you look at your day, we're doing all these things, but we're not getting anything done because we're trying to do everything at once, right? So if we just took the time, and I think the level is when you get distracted and jump from one task to the next task, there's something like a 45-minute, I think it's a 17-minute timeline it takes you to get concentrated on that next task. So if you do that every single time, you have to now go back. Where was I? Where did I stop? Where did I start? Pick up, get that groove back going.
I'll be back.
So moving in, we're midway past the week here with July 4th coming in. It's a super attractive day. I hope everyone's doing some great things. I got a nice run with a friend coming up on Friday morning. I'm looking forward to that. We're gonna get out there and do a quick 10 miles and get that moving forward. Workouts, right? So we're moving into phase 3 of 75 hard. Going to be interesting. One of the things on 75 hard is that we need to speak to a stranger every day. We're still in some kind of quarantine protocol here in New Jersey, and things are moving backwards where they've now delayed some of postponed the restaurant, indoor restaurant dining. Not that we were trying to figure out how we could get 3 kids inside a restaurant dining, but that's now stepping in place. So hopefully for that point, things can start to turn the curve on the other way right there, right? Because it's been fun. I can see it. We're doing some outdoor activities with the kiddos where they're able to go and do their karate class and social distance and have that energy where they can get back outside. It's a different world, right? So we talk to some people that have kids that are older, right? So, teenage years or college years and, high school years, college years. And I mean, they're missing so much of their life because that's what they've been used to, right? So going out there, those activities, those things they're trained for. Our kids, they don't have that thing yet where they were so active outside running all these activities on these points that they don't know what they're missing yet. But I can only imagine for people that are missing things. So should we tackle on productivity today, or should we also talk to the 5 ways that we can slow down to really take hold of our business?
5 ways to slow down to take hold of our life and business.
Great. You want to start? 5 ways to take hold of our life and business. Number 1 is to chunk out your day. Understand what is happening in your day so you know where you need to put your focus.
Yeah, and this goes with calendaring, This goes with setting a timeline for things. This is time blocking, all those things. So number 2, actually slow down. Like I said before, you want to get there. You want to go. You want to take those action steps. But once you take those action steps, don't just keep on going and pounding it in. Slow down. Don't hit the brakes. Slow down a little bit and take stock of what is happening around you. Is your family being taken care of? Is your home being taken care of? Are those things that are very, very important to you being taken care of?
So number 3 would be adding the word, if this was easy at the end. So what would this look like if it was easy, right? So what would my fitness look like if it was easy? Because complicating things typically is the reason we're not getting things done, because we're making it too complicated. And sometimes we just have to make it easier, right? Instead of making a hole in the wall to get to the other room, we can just open the door. But we're such in a rush that we're trying to knock a hole in the wall when we can just literally take a step back and open the door.
Don't just jump in. Educate yourself.
4.
Don't just jump in. Educate yourself. Know what you're getting into. Do your due diligence. If you're getting into large multifamily like Jason and I did, take the time. Learn how to do it. Talk to those people who are doing it and doing it successfully and doing it where their lives look like they're rounded, like they have round lives. It's not just real estate all the time. Go for those people that you want to emulate.
Number 5 would just be, don't be afraid to stop. You're not going to miss everything that you think is going to fall down and collapse.
FOMO is BS.
Yeah, fear of missing out, right? So and there's a lot of points right there where you don't become a master of anything because you're missing out or fearing that you're going to miss out on being potentially okay at anything, right? So take the time to stop, let things happen, and then now choose the best step forward from there.
Carrie, thanks for awesome. Thank you,
Thanks,
Carrie.
And we also have JB Music, man. Saw you guys on Gary V. Really dig the content. Awesome. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. Thank you.
That was us slowing down and taking the time to ask. So we asked and we got to talk with Gary V himself. That was, if you're watching this, you're awesome. And
I was assuming Jay Bay's a guy because I'm Jay too, but maybe it's a girl. So apologize if it was. But that's awesome, man. Yeah, that was really fun to be on. And just so much good content.
So much goodness. Oh, we are a minute past the 15-minute mark. So if you are exercising, if you're running, run on back.
You're doing, and you're doing 30 sun salutations.
So, okay, so
it's hard for me to say, but I think that's where we're going, right?
So I was thinking about, I did my 50 push-ups a day for 30 days. Finished that. That was #50 with Will. Thank you to Will Smith for creating this challenge. You really, really helped me get my physique back. This upper body physique. Now I need to do something that not only stretched me, but helped with my core. Soro says, I look forward to this every morning. I'm only on my first cup, but it's a big cup. Second cup now.
That's great.
Soro, you're amazing. Thank you so much for always plugging in and letting us know how you feel. You are amazing, amazing, amazing.
Awesome. So that's a good way to take us out.
Yeah.
So we will see you tomorrow and wrap this up for the weekend. Have a great, great, great rest of your Wednesday.